How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today I want to talk about Hillary Clinton's new book entitled What Happened. It's going to be coming out in September. It's going to talk about her 2016 campaign election, why she lost, and she's going to talk about other things that were brought up during the election, her age, her appearance, etc. Things that were done against her and also what she did against herself, hopefully. And the reason why I say hopefully is because I can't really tell if she's going to go down the same road she had been before, blaming everybody else for her problems.
It wasn't a perfect campaign. There is no such thing. But I was on the way to winning until the combination of Jim Comey's letter on October 28th and Russian WikiLeaks raised doubts in the minds of people who were inclined to vote for me but got scared off.
Or if she's going to come out and say, you know what, I accept personal responsibility. I did this, I did that, and that's the reason why I lost. In addition to that, is she going to give Trump his credit for running a good campaign, for revolutionizing the way that social media runs in America, how to run a campaign on a small amount of money? Is she going to talk about that? Now, before I go any further, this is not an ad for Hillary Clinton. This is not a commercial. I didn't get any money or anything like that. Nobody from her camp reached out to me and say, hey, Anthony, her book is coming out. Please talk about it to get some free publicity. Nothing of the sort is going on. I just happened to see the article on my timeline on social media, and I'm very interested in it for the aforementioned reasons. Now, it's pretty clear to see, to anybody with a brain, to anybody with a pair of eyes, it's clear to see why she lost the election. First of all, Donald Trump ran a great campaign, a revolutionary campaign. He took social media and used it in a way that had not been used before. I mean, he did so much with so little. He had almost half of her money, but was still able to win. And he had a great ground game. He was able to get states in all corners in the country that were necessary to be able to win the election. Hillary Clinton was able to get like big liberal cities and concentrated areas. So she won a popular vote by like 5 million or so, but she was not able to get the electoral vote because a lot of her vote was concentrated in small areas, big cities, stuff like that, where you got a high liberal population. She did not have a good ground game, and a lot of that is her fault, and hopefully she brings it up in the book. One of her biggest mistakes that I was able to see during the election was when she went to Columbus, Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. And if I'm wrong about that, let me know in the box below. But she went to Columbus, Ohio, and talked about how she's going to kill coal jobs. Now, one thing I know about that area, Columbus, West Virginia, Kentucky, etc., that is coal country. When you're talking about killing coal jobs, I mean, what are you really doing? If you're trying to gain votes in that region, why would you say you're going to kill a lifeline for that region for generations? It doesn't make any sense. Now, to her, air quotes, defense, she did say that she would be replacing those jobs with solar and stuff like that. But one thing about us in West Virginia, yes, I am from West Virginia originally. Shout out to Rain University, Canal County, Charleston. You already know what it is. But one thing about us is that we are not what the media portrays us as. The media says they're just, the dumb rednecks. They're like 30 years behind the rest of the world. They're this, that, and the third. We are intelligent people. We are proud people. And we understand when you have Hillary Clinton coming from Chicago, Washington, D.C., New York, wherever she comes from, and talks about removing jobs. We know that the thing she says after that is not going to be real, talking about bringing back more jobs, because if she could, then it will already be there. There's a big problem with unemployment in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and that whole region as it is. So if you could bring more jobs to the region, you already would have done so. Now, talk about coal for a minute. People said that, oh, well, Hillary, that wasn't really a big gaffe because coal jobs, even if they do come back, will not bring back that many jobs. But you got to understand that region of the country is not a very big region. West Virginia is only about 1.5 million people total, right around that, maybe a little more, maybe a little bit less. So if you're talking about an employer that may bring 70, 80 jobs, that's a lot of jobs in a place where jobs are desperately needed and in a small population. To put it in the proper context, West Virginia is about a little more than 1/10 the size of LA County when it comes to population, but much bigger than that when it comes to area. It's a very sparsely populated state. The biggest city is only about 50,000 population with a metro of 300,000. That's Charleston. That's the biggest city and the biggest metro in West Virginia. LA County is 10 million people. So put that into proper perspective when you're talking about these jobs that we need, that we understand cannot be taken away, because when they're taken away, you would not be able to replace them. But I digress. Things like that are the reason why she lost the election. And then there was an article, which I put in the box below, about the book. And it said that she would be exploring things like her age, her appearance, her gender, all these things. Well, her appearance most certainly did play a part in her losing the election, not because she's old or whatever. That's neither here nor there. The point is how she was looking. Did she look physically ill? When we all saw her during the 9/11 memorial when she fell over, right? She froze right there at the curb and she couldn't walk just 2 or 3 feet into a van. She had to get drugged to a van, right? We all saw it on cameras. It's not me making it up. I'm not just some right-wing nut job or whatever, just wanting to disparage Hillary Clinton. We all saw that on camera. So it was like, wait a minute. If she's going to be the president and she's in such frail health right now, how can we have her be trusted to even live throughout the whole 4 years? Right? She's already 70 years old. She does not look in good health. And beyond that, you had the incessant cough, the constant cough.
Represent inmates. Excuse me.
And she wouldn't blame it on talking too much, all these different things, but it's a constant thing. I've never seen anybody cough that much as a public speaker in my whole life. I've never seen that at any point in time. Almost every time she went to a podium to speak, it was like the Nixon versus JFK debate when Nixon was sweating like a pig in heat, right? He was sweating profusely. He looked bad next to JFK, real smooth, young, debonair. He did not look good. And it was that same thing with Hillary Clinton going against Trump every single time, even if Trump was not there. Just her appearance on the stage just looked really off-putting. It is what it is. And her voice, I mean, the voice that I saw was that real shrieking, the real irritating sound, like when she gave some kind of random speech to some group that leaked to the internet.
Now, having said all this, why aren't I 50 points ahead, you might ask? Well, the choice for working families has never been clearer. I need your help to get Donald Trump's record out to everybody. Nobody should be fooled.
Things like that are the reason why she lost. Maybe we're going to see a compilation of what she had been doing over the past few weeks, months, etc. after the campaign was over and also during the campaign. Maybe we'll continue to see that. We may see some more of the whole Russia kerfuffle. I'm not really sure, but I'm interested to see if she will have any kind of capitulation about what's going on. If she's going to just say, you know what, I messed up. That's my fault. I'm corrupt. Maybe she'll say something about what happened between her and Bernie Sanders when she tried to collude with the DNC against him. And people found out about that. So people that wanted to vote for Bernie that were Democrats did not vote for her, or may have transferred to the Republican Party and voted for Trump instead because they did not like what she did to Bernie to get him out of the way. Because remember, at one point, she was neck and neck with Bernie Sanders. They were like, 1A and 1B. But then after it was revealed how she did him, the whole NGP VAN scandal with the DNC voter data, all these things, colluding with people, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Donna Brazile, John Podesta, when all that stuff came out, people that wanted to vote for Bernie did not want to vote for her. He was not in the race anymore, so they pretty much stayed home or voted for Trump. That's what happened. A lot of what went wrong in this election is pretty much her fault. She may have been able to win if not for Trump coming in and just wrecking the whole game, or if she did a better job running the campaign. It's her fault. But at the end of the day, the silver lining here is that the memes on Twitter have been gold. Better name for Hillary's book has been a trending topic on Twitter, a trending hashtag. Some of the names have been gold. My own personal meme I made up was what happened to my motor skills, referring to the whole kerfuffle when she fell over after trying to reach the van and could not move during the 9/11 memorial. It's been other things like what happened to Seth Rich. That was a good one. Not trying to make light of his death, but that's important to understand because Seth Rich, that's something else. Seth Rich passed away after some DNC situations that he was involved with. Who did that? People think that Hillary Clinton had something to do with it, or John Podesta, who was Hillary Clinton's campaign manager. So that's important. And also Haiti, people said what happened to Haiti's money. A lot of Haitians don't like Hillary Clinton because of what Tony Rodham did with the whole gold mine thing. That was in the movie. I think it was in Hillary's America or Clinton Cash or both. So that was out there. It was a lot against Hillary Clinton. She did a lot of it on her own, so I don't really feel bad for her. At the end of the day, if you want to be the president, if you want to be the leader of the free world, you need to be better. You got to tighten up. If you're 70 years old and you're in bad health and you're corrupt, you've been corrupt for a long time, since the 1960s, 1970s during Richard Nixon. At a certain point, you can't just blame everyone else. You got to blame yourself. So hopefully, maybe, just maybe in this book, she does some self-reflection, some introspection, rather than just saying, you know what, it's everyone else's fault rather than mine. So what do you think? Do you think this book is going to be good, that it's going to reveal a lot of information that we don't know already? Or will it be kind of a collection of what we've already seen from her? Blaming James Comey, blaming WikiLeaks, blaming Russia, blaming Trump, blaming sexism, blaming racism, blaming all these isms, obics, obes, and is? Or will it be more? I can't really call it, but whatever your comments are, let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.